Welcome back, guys, to part 2 of the cooling upgrade on my Supra. In the previous part we ripped out a load of stuff, removed a lot of parts, and they're all down there. If you guys want to see them, make sure you click the link up the top of the screen now for part 1. Part 2, it is time to rebuild the car with all the new bits. But first things I want to show you is the old water pump alongside the new water pump. So here we have the old water pump. Here we have the new water pump, nice and shiny as you can see. This is the neck that I need to fit onto this one. This is what houses, it's the thermostat housing. This is what houses the thermostat. So the thermostat should be in there. This is the new thermostat with the new seal fitted. This is what was the old thermostat. As you can see, there's some bits missing. And that might explain, it's had the seal on, it's just missing the rest of the thermostat, you know, all the inner wax bit and the needle and everything. It was just that. That's all it was. So, there's no wonder this car did what it wanted to do when it came to heating. But, you know, I mount the new one in there, like that. That on there, whichever way around it went. And we'll be good. But, yeah. That was not a good issue. It was a very bad issue. But anyway, it's time to get it back together. So I've just done another job off camera, and that is mounting the threads, or mounting the studs, you know, in the actual water pump itself, ready for the pulley. Did it off camera because I was blocking the camera a lot. I tried it and it didn't look great. Put some lock thread on the threads, that's why they're a bit blue. And then I used one nut, backed onto another nut, and used them to tighten in the thread. So that's now done. I've also spray painted, it's in primer at the moment, one of the pipes that goes to the bottom hose because it was in a poor state. So I'll give it a bit of primer and then I'll give it some of this wrinkle black stuff. Not overly fussed about it going wrinkly, but just want it to look a bit better than it did. Looked a bit shabby, to be honest. They're not starting to wrinkle yet, but it did say it might take 2 hours. Well, it'll take 2 hours to air dry, maybe a bit longer today because it's not mega warm. But they look good. I'm quite happy with how they look at the moment, even if they didn't wrinkle. I mean, I want them to wrinkle. I bought wrinkle paint for that purpose, but who knows at the moment. Not really a lot else I can do at the moment, because I can't mount that pipe because it's in paint. I can't mount the water pump because I'm waiting for that. Yeah, so literally waiting for paint dry. In all the old gasket up around here. Still got a bit more to take off around bolt holes and that, which I'll use a blade for. Obviously in there is where the seal goes, which I have on the bench. This is the old one. Pretty flat and knackered really. More bits of sealant that I pulled off. I need to undo this as well and take this tensioner off. 2 bolts, bolt there, bolt here, drop the tensioner out. I need that, you see, to tension the belt. There's a bit of water left in it. This hose looks a bit shabby now as well. Let me paint that one if I can get to that one. I'm about at the point where the water pump is ready to go on. The neck piece is now painted and on, and the thermostat is inside. That's nice and tight with its new seal. I need to put some gasket paste around here, and then also have a new gasket for there when I connect that pipe on. Some little studs, I'm not sure what they're used for at this moment in time, but they did come with the kit, but there is nowhere else for those little studs to go. So I'm gonna put my gasket on there, put my gasket paste all over there, check that there's no gasket on the end of that pipe at the car. I've been painted a fence, or shall I say my missus has. There's that one. I will give it a quick scrape over to make sure there's no issues with it. It doesn't look like there's a gasket on. I remove this, ready. Apparently I have a snap stud on there, which is a bit alarming, but and I haven't just that I'm being honest there, that was snapped. There was only one bolt holding it. I've put that in the vise, and that was the tensioner for the cam belt. So as you can see, I've wound that back, squashed it in the vise, and I put a pin through it, which is actually an Allen key, and that's holding that in. Yeah, so I want to give that a quick scrape, get the gasket paste on here, and then get it fitted. Get it fitted. Cool, we're getting there. And there we have one nice new happy water pump. I just have all the pipes to connect, and I've got the bolts on the back of that pipe to do up. They're both through and the gasket was on. Got this piece of pipe I need to put on just here. Need to hang the alternator back on there. Just on there, you know, there, and that one. But she is on. Nice and tight. What I did is I did it finger tight first, and then I gunned it in, but not tight, and then I stopped using the trigger, and then just did it by hand until it was tight. Maybe give it an extra little, you know, quick little nip. Cool. We have a new water pump in. It spins, so that's all good. It should spin because obviously that's inside the water pump, not the engine. So I'm buzzing. Now we can carry on with the rest of this rebuild. So now the water pump is in. It's time to get everything else in. Have I mounted that pipe in the right place? No, I have not. The pipe there with the thermostat is not in the right place, and I've just noticed. So I now need to spin that around. I should be pointing down, not out at the turbo pipe. So I'm going to get that turned around, start doing everything up, getting everything connected, and hope for the best, really. Time to time-lapse it. But it might rain.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And
well, I've smashed my knuckles a couple of times, you know, as you do. But the belt is on, water pump is on, alternator is on. Tension's on, tension's good. Oh, tension is brilliant. Yeah, really happy with that. Really happy. Now I just need to do every other little bit and bob that there is. I can't remember what comes next. I think it's the bottom cover. I want to make sure, because I still have lots of nuts and bolts. I need to make sure I know what is for what. And all these little hex ones, they're for covers. They're easy. That's obviously for that. Got these two bigger bolts, not sure what they're for at the moment. Or 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them. Can't remember what they're for. They're covers and radiator stuff. Radiator. These 2 nuts for something. I think they're for that backwater pipe because I've not tightened them up yet. More bolts for the covers, for the radiator. That's for a bracket. That's for something. There's 5 of them apparently. You're for that. You're for radiator. Sockets and tools everywhere. Well, that's my pile of tools. So, I think it's the bottom cover. I'm not going to do the bottom cover until I know that's definitely next. So I'm going to get on and do those pipes on the side. I've still got a pipe in the garage I need to get them on, get them bottled up. I'll get rid of a couple of them. So that's what I'm going to do next. Some of it's been filmed on camera, some of it's been off camera, but everything's where it should be now. Everything's nice and tight. Got the water pipe on there. Oh, still got the one at the back to do, just remembered. Pumps on, alternators on, belts on, gone over by hand, tensioners on. Next thing on the front is this cover, and then it'll be the bottom pulley. But before I do that, I must do that water pipe at the back, because that is one thing I forgot to do. On the previous video on Bluudys Garage Car Mods and Tutorial channel, I have painted my engine covers again, and I've given the wrinkle effect. As you can see, there's a video over on that channel, and the channel description link, whatever, sorry, the channel link is in the description. So by all means go and check that out, guys. So now we're going to do that pipe and get the covers on. So I wanted to put my pulley on next, but it looks a bit shabby, so I painted it. So now I've got to wait for the paint to dry. So I'm going to start replacing all the hoses, because I have hoses everywhere to replace.
We'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways. And
this is going to take some serious time to change these pipes over. I was going to do like a cinematic of all of it, but it's going to take forever. So yeah, I don't know what to do. Wow, front end near enough back together. I'm quite happy with how it looks, to be fair. Quickly gave that a coat of paint. I've been waiting for it to dry, so it put me back a little bit. I've done some of the hoses so far on this side, done this back one, done that back one, done this one, done this vacuum one here. Working my way across now, so I've got the two over there, and all these little things I find as I go around I've got to do as well. There's no point me filming the pipes anymore, because they're taking quite a while, because it's fiddly and awkward to get to. But she's looking good now, she's back together. I just don't have my top cover on at the moment. Progress. So in the last Supra video, I shown you that I tried a purple on the roof of the MR2 to see if I liked it. Well, I've got some other colours, they're a bit dirty now. There's the purple, I've got a blue, got a carbon grey, which is quite black if I'm honest, and then I got this like fire red. So they're the colours I've been trying out to see what I like, and I've picked a winner, and it was all on Instagram and people have been saying what colours they like, and I've got my colour. I'm not going to show you yet, but it is here, it has arrived, and it is in the garage in that big box up there. That is my new wrap. Look, premium cast vinyl wrap. It was 250 quid. So my intention is to fix the paintwork on the MR2. And when I say fix, I mean get rid of the rust spots and just primer it, then wrap it. So we need to get the Supra done on the ground, and then I can move on to the lovely MR2. Let's get cracked on, really, Anna. Well, this is turning into a long day. I've got a couple of pipes left over. So, just to show if anyone does get the kit, 3 pipes alone go on the coolant expansion tank. So, this one and this one, I can't do because I just can't get the old pipes off at the back of the engine. I'll show you them shortly. So, they're staying off and I'll save them for now. This one, I don't know where it goes. I think it goes to the original air intake, which I don't currently have. So, I'll show you that one where I think it goes in a minute. This one, I have no idea where it is, or where it goes, but they're both vacuum pipes or air pipes, so I can always change them at a later date. This one, I have no idea where that one goes. And that to me looks like a proper coolant pipe as well, and I just can't figure out where it goes. So, one went here, or would have gone here, which maybe I need to block that up, not sure, need to find out. But that's been like that as long as I've had the car. So, and a vacuum pipe went to the intake, well, to the intake pipe work originally, before it being turboed. That's what that is. I think one of the pipes might have been here, and would have connected into the intake pipe again, because that was also part of the breathing mechanism. So maybe that was the big fatter one, because it's quite a fat connection. And then maybe the last one was there, I'm not sure, because this has now been blocked because it has positive pressure in it, and then I have a pipe running down, just down to the ground at the moment. So maybe that's where them 3 pipes go. Not entirely sure, but that's what I'm assuming, hoping. And last but not least, you can see I've got those 2 pipes, one there and then one next to it. I just can't get the clips off at the back. I can't get my tools in to do it. So for now, I'll be honest, I'm giving up with it because I've got nothing that I can do. I've got no tools that will reach. I've got nothing that I can grab them with. So just being honest with you guys, really. Yeah, we're ready to put the radiator back in, and then we can do the top hose and the bottom hose. So I'm gonna grab the radiator and
These walls fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways.
couple of transparencies for you guys. There is a couple of hoses I've not used because obviously I've already discussed about them. Oh, I need to take you because I need to put you on. So we'll take you to the car. The bottom hose, I haven't used it. It's just too long. The bit that goes up to the actual pipe out of the back of the pump is too long, and it's far too long. It shoots out to like level on with here. So I chopped some off at the top to make it fit, but then this was still too long, and because it's got that kink in it, I can't cut it where I need to cut it because I need to cut it there to cut like the length. My finger, cut it there for the length of it, but then it's on the corner, so it's not right. So I'm not overly fussed because I replaced quite a lot of hoses, and I do think it was good value for money. I will be letting the supplier know that I think that hose is too long. Even side by side against the original, it was too long. But that's what I have found when fitting the kit. I'm about to turn it over. Well, I need to go and get my keys to turn it over. HT King lead's not on at the moment. All the other leads are still on, aren't they? Oh no, I have knocked one off. See, I knocked one off there. Oh, I knocked him out his clip, that's why. I need to put that back on. Can I do this all on camera with one hand? Ooh. Ooh. Anyone would think I'm a semi-professional. Well, I ain't either. I ain't a semi, nor am I a professional. Anyway, oh yeah, I must say how many tools I've had to freaking use as well. All different lengths and all sorts of stuff. So, everything is on, with the exception of that bottle that you've just seen. That goes on there, which I'll put on. Yeah. She's ready to turn over. Let me get my keys. So I have my keys, which is great. We're live. Always know when we go live because my engine bay lights light up. They flick. You might have saw it on camera, I don't know. So now it should hopefully just turn over and hopefully don't make any horrible noises. Ooh. There's no ignition, so it's not going to start. I just want to know it's going to turn over. That sounds good. That genuinely sounds good. So obviously we've had timing belt off, haven't we? So I wanted to make sure that nothing's amiss. It sounds like it has compression. It's never going to hit. For the main reason is this car is a non-interference engine, which means that the pistons do not enter the same space as the valves as they come down. So this is why this is so good, like for drag race and stuff like that. If you snap a belt, providing you ain't got some really high lift cams in, you can just put a new belt on and go. There's no damage. So that's why they're a really popular engine. So now I need to put some water in it. So all my hoses are on, except for this one, which I'll do now. And then it's time to top it up and then get it running. So I've been told I need to use 50-50 mix of this, which is the red stuff. And I've got 4 litres of this, 4 litres of water. And that should hopefully be enough, but I think I'm going to need a bit more because my radiator is bigger than stock. Love the colour of pouring freaking coolant. Love it. Bonus points for guessing what brand pop this was. So the Supra's cooling system doesn't have like a bleed tap anywhere. So what I've done in the past and what you advise to do on the internet is get your front end of your car up in the air, which we have. which obviously cocks the engine and gets all the water to the front, hopefully to the air to the front. Leave your cap off and hopefully bubbles come out. And give some pipes a squeeze and stuff like that, you know. Even air came out then. I'm going to put the king lead on now, and hopefully we will get it running, get it fired, and hope for the best. Fingers crossed, guys. Here we go. Car is up to temperature. Didn't take long either, so my thermostat's working, unlike last time. Fans are on hot, everything's blowing hot inside the car. For the most part, there's not many leaks, but there are a couple. As you can see, the leaks on the right, I think, are coming from the top of the radiator. The leaks on the left, not fully sure. I need to investigate. I need to turn her off now. So now it's turned off, you can hear me. Oh, my radiator's lovely and warm. So we can see drips coming down the front of the radiator, or back of the radiator, but that's because of the water that was coming out over the top. Pretty confident of that. It's here that I seem to have leaks. Now I don't know if the leaks are coming from this bit, because everything's red out and I can't touch. I think it is. Ow, oh, that radiator was hot. I think it is. I think that one there with that pipe's not sealed properly. But I can't do anything now because everything's red hot. So I need to nip it up when it's cooled down. But on the whole, there's no other leaks anywhere else. It's just that area. All the pipes at the back are all fine. There's no leaks at the back of the engine again, which is fine. We've changed hoses there. Top hose and bottom hose aren't leaking. It's just purely there. That is a job well done. Now time to go and have a drink, I think. So you join me the day after starting it up and getting it running and up to temperature and all that business, because I told you I had a couple of leaks, one of which I couldn't fix just by tightening, and that was the one here between the water pump and then the thermostat housing. There was a seep, a constant seep coming out of there, so I had to drain the coolant again, take that off. I put some silicone seal around it. The seal was in perfectly fine, but for whatever reason I put a bit of silicone seal around it. That's what the bit of black is around it now. Don't know if you can see that on camera. I need to put the coolant back in, start her up again, bleed her, and fingers crossed it should be all good. So that should have stopped that leak. I had leaks from the front of the radiator, but that's because it was coming out the top of the cap. That was it. So fingers crossed, all the rest of the pipe was perfectly fine. I've checked them all, there's been no leaks. All these ones over here, that's an old rust stain, that's not new. Everything's been perfectly dry. There's been nothing dripping down the back of the engine, nothing dripping from there, nothing. No, it's just perfectly dry there. That is tight. I'm just looking at that, it's like, can it push on further? Will that pull off? Oh no, it won't pull off, so that must have been how I did it. Yeah, everything seems to be fine. Everything seems to be fine. I talked about this one earlier in the video. This actually runs across the back of the covers, comes out there and goes into that piece for the power steering fluid. Now someone told me that's perfectly fine to leave open like that, because a lot of cars do run it. It does normally go into the intake, as well as that one at the top normally went into the intake, so that'll be what those other pieces of pipe were for. So now I just need to get the coolant back in, Fire up again and get her up to temperature. I love being inside my Supra. There's no other car that makes me feel like the Supra does. It scares me. The noises it makes. They're just awesome and they bring back so many memories of when I've had my friends in the car. It's crazy. Jimmy breaking down on the road, Chris on the racetrack. Chubba and Chris both crammed in this car multiple times to go to meets and just driving and memories of this car. I've had my fiance in here, I've took my old managers out in this. The noise is incredible of this car. I love this car. Right, well, we're bleeding up now. There's no leaks, but underneath, not a single leak, except for where it's coming out the bit at the top of the radiator, because the cap's still off, because I'm getting the air out. Yeah, we're getting nice and hot in this car now, which is sunny outside and hot in this car. It's getting a bit unbearable. So we've bled up the radiator nicely, bled up the heater lines inside the car, which is all good. Temperature is coming up nicely now, as you can see, the one on the right. That'll be the end of this video. I've still got to put on my electrics which control my fan, but that will be in another video over on Bluudys Garage Mods and Tutorial channel, my other channel, my main channel. The reason why I'm going to do that on another video is because that's a tutorial video and obviously it makes sense to put it on that channel, but also this car is now ready to drop to the floor for now, and I want to bring the MR2 round. I want to start working the MR2 because I've got my wrap for it and I've got my paint for it, so I can paint the bodywork and get that ready. So I need to move my drive around, so yeah, getting all excited now, so good things happening. Make sure everyone stays safe, because obviously we're still in the lockdown. Stay safe, don't go outside, well, don't, you know, we can go in garden and that, don't go and mingle with people, you know, do as the government says, you know, it makes sense. The more times people go out and disobey the government, the longer it's going to take, and the more people it's going to die, so don't go out. I'll see you in another video, guys. Make sure you stay humble. I'll see you soon. Ciao!